Okay, I hope everyone is well. This is the latest politics work instalment. Regarding the essays, I've marked most of them. The only ones I haven't managed to do are those that came in late yesterday. Um, so that's what's holding everyone's marks up. So I'll probably get them done later on this afternoon, stroke early evening. I'll upload the marks and I'll send out the comments to you um, when I've done those. What we're going to do today is we're basically going to crack on with the political party stuff. So you all should have done the work I set on, was it last Friday, I think, wasn't it, about the Republican Party divisions. There was the Tea Party video you had to watch. And you had to do that work where you had to look at those various Republican politicians and decide on balance, were they social conservatives or fiscal conservatives. No one's got back to me, so I'm assuming we're all happy with that and we've all done that and we've all got some good examples and stuff, and we all know about the different divisions within the Republican Party and could talk about them if it popped up in an essay at some point. What we're going to focus on today is basically just finishing off some of that work essentially. And the first thing we're going to have a look at is Trump and which of these factions does Trump fit into? Is he a social conservative, a fiscal conservative, or basically is he something completely different and Trump is just Trump? So I'm going to send out to you on an email a slide which has got a number of Trump's ideas and policies on there, things which he's done in power or tried to do whilst he's been in power. And in your booklet, there's a page you've got with a picture of the Donald in the middle, and on top of it, it says what faction does Trump belong to. I'm just finding the exact one. It's on the computer here. It's got what type of Republican is Donald Trump with a picture of Trump in the middle. And what I want you to do, it's up to you whether you want to divide that page into three or whether you want to colour code these. But basically, write on these main policies. There are other ones than what's on my slide which we've come across, so feel free to add any other ones which you know about. And add the colour code or whatever, which ones show he's the social conservative, which ones show he's a fiscal conservative, and which ones show that he's perhaps completely different. Okay, and that should therefore on balance let you know, because as to where he was, because I was saying before, there was a question on the exam a couple of years ago about is the modern Democrat Party in the centre or something, and so a lot of people talked about Obama and which faction would he belong to and was that in the political centre or not. So you could see another one with Trump, couldn't it? If I had the view that Donald Trump or the modern Republican Party is in the political centre of American politics or is dominated by fiscal conservatism or something of that nature. So you can therefore include lots about the Donald Trump in here as well as these other politicians. So that's your first task then. So watch out for the email on that. You've then got this page on who supports the Republican Party and why. It's largely the opposite to who supports the Democrat Party and why. Again, look on Moodle, there's some bits and bobs on there, especially from the Larry Sabato book. The Benner book's got a nice table on which tells you who votes for which party. You might have to think about why. Why do religious people vote for the Republicans? Hopefully that social conservative stuff should be able to help you on that one. Geographical area, that video you had to watch, we did in class about the switching support of the main party should help you with that one, etc. etc. And then the third thing I want you to do is this page called To What Extent Do the Democrats and Republicans Agree with Each Other? Question 1, in which areas issues do both parties actually agree? So again, this was on an exam question a number of years ago, something about similarities between both parties. So you need to have a think about what areas do they both tend to agree on. So you could argue that they both tend to agree that America is kind of wonderful, I suppose, in a very broad kind of way. They both kind of agree that Americans should have guns as well, don't they? They just disagree on the extent to it. So have a think about areas where they actually agree. And then question 2, this was on the exam a number of years ago as well. To what extent are the divisions within the parties greater than the divisions between them? So in other words, is the difference between like a moderate Republican and a Tea Party person greater than the difference between a moderate Republican and, say, most Democrats? Is the difference between the liberal left of the Democrats and the Blue Dogs greater than the differences between a Blue Dog and a moderate? So it's kind of on that similarity point. So you're basically trying to think about, well, what areas do the parties, divisions within them, really huge, and it means that a blue dog is completely different to like a liberal lefty, and to what extent are the divisions within the party, so between the parties, actually more different? Is it more pronounced to be a Democrat and Republican than it is to be a moderate Democrat, so a blue dog Democrat or a progressive left Democrat? So it's a bit of a tricky one. You have to have a think about it. I said it was on the exam a couple of years ago, and you could see it again, couldn't you? Evaluate the view that the divisions between the two main parties is greater than the differences within them. Okay, so have a think about that one and have a go at doing it. Again, always send me a message if you get stuck. So that is what I want you to do for Thursday, and I'll do another YouTube video at the end of the week with the next bit of work, and I'll probably go over this particular table as well to make sure we're happy with that, and I might very quickly go over the Donald Trump stuff as well. Okay, any problems, let me know.